Hey you guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel with All Smiles Over Here. I am Sanja, just like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep your smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm trying to keep y'all on, but y'all know if it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. The golden nugget is, it's a shot in the dark, but you have to trust. You have to trust. You have to trust. It's a shot in the dark, but you have to trust it's gonna be made. You have to trust that shot's gonna be made. Listen, how did I come up with this golden nugget? Well, y'all, this morning I got up and I knew I had to wash my hair and blow dry it. So that's the first thing I had to do, take care of myself and take care of this hair of mine. And after doing that, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and clean up a little bit. But while I was cleaning, I was like, well, Source, you know what, after I'm done with this, I'm going to go ahead and I want to, just really honey, and I want to hear, what do you have to tell me for today? What is it that you want to tell me today? What is it? I want to hear from you. And so I'm cleaning up. And while I'm cleaning up, I'm trying to figure out which room I want to, either meditate in or pray in or whatever. And while I'm cleaning up, I hear this in my head. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. And I was like, okay. And I'm still cleaning up. And I hear it again. No, 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 no place I'd rather be. And I was like, okay, all right, Source, I hear you. And I was like, I hear you. And at the time I was thinking, okay, Source, I know you let me know that you know that I am saying that there's no place I'd rather be but with you, Source. I want to be close to you, continue to be close to your line and connect us being one. And that's why I was just taking, I kept hearing that in my head, No, 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 that song there. And I hadn't heard the song in a minute, and I told you how Source talks to me. He speaks to me basically through music, through song. And I was like, okay, and so that's what I got from him. I said, okay, that's what you want to tell me. But it kept, as I was cleaning up, it kept ringing. That part right there just kept ringing in my head, So I was like, okay, I said, when I'm done cleaning up this room, I'm going to go and check out the lyrics and see, what's going on with it. And sure enough, y'all, I get in there, get in the room, and I'm looking at the lyrics, listening to the song. And while listening to the song, looking at those lyrics, I then realized that it wasn't God telling me, God wasn't telling me that he knows that I was saying that there's no other place that I want to be than with God, as far as being close. I mean, a line of connected all the time, at all times. But instead, you guys, I suddenly realized that it was God telling me that he would rather be with me. There's no other place that he would rather be than with me. And then when I realized that, I was like, whoa, because I've never gotten that from Source. Never. I mean, it was always in my head, but to have it to be thrust on me like that, because my entire life that I can remember, my prayer, my request has always been, I want to know more. I want to be close to you. I want to be so close to you, so close to you, so close to you. Matter of fact, when Fred Hammond came out, those of you who know Fred Hammond, he's a singer, gospel singer, contemporary gospel singer. He came out with a song. And when this song came out, it just registered, because that's what I always have said, always have prayed, always have thought, or what have you. And the song went, just to be close to you, just to be close to you, just to be close to you, it's my desire, just to be close to you, oh, just to be close to you. Oh, just to be close to you is my desire. And I used to sing that. When that song came out, I used to sing it all the time, because that's what registered in me all the time. I just want to be close, just want to be close, just want to be close. And when I get on here today and Source put that I'd rather be in my head, and I see that he's telling me that there is no other place that he would rather be than with me. And I was like, all this time I was saying, Source, I want to rock it with you. I want to rock it with you. We're two becoming one. And he was saying, girl, I want to be rocking with you too. I'm rocking with you. I'd rather be rocking with you as well. And I'll go, oh my goodness. And y'all see how I was getting like teary-eyed or what have you, but that's how I was throughout the whole day. I had to get tissue and block my eyes, and I was like, I gotta do this golden nugget. I gotta do a golden nugget there. I don't want to mess my makeup up, but y'all, it was just flowing. And I was like, oh my goodness. And then the more I kept reading these lyrics and hearing, and then this stands out to me. I'm gonna read it to you. If you gave me a chance, I would take it. And it says, it's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. Know with all of your heart, you can't shame me. When I am with you, there is no place I'd rather be. So I was like, man, that is so deep. And I got to thinking about it. Hence, this is where the golden nugget came from the part where it says, it's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. And the part says, if you gave me a chance, I would take it. And I got to thinking about that too as well. And I was saying, you know, I was telling you guys about, you know, manifesting, bringing your manifestations into fruition. But I noticed that sometimes, not just with you guys, but with me too, we'll put in a request, and we ask us what are the proper actions, and we start putting in the actions, but because of the time wise, you know, on a thing, because we put our own time limit on certain things sometimes, which we shouldn't do, okay? And we put in the request, we're doing the actions, but because with our physical eyes and our physical ears and the falsehood of feelings, we could still see certain things lurking around us. And so what we do at times, even though we put in that request, we'll go back and we'll pick it back up. We'll say, okay, source, I know I told you to do it, but I'm gonna see what I can do too. So you go and take it. You go and try to do things yourself. You go and try to take it back from source. And there's a saying that I used to hear growing up from people. It said, when you take something to source, you're to leave it there. Whatever you take to God, you leave it there. You don't pick it back up. You don't get it. You don't ask him about you. You don't pick it back up. You don't take it. I don't care what you see with those physical eyes, hear with those physical ears, and the falsehood of feelings that you're getting. Don't you go back and pick it up. Leave it there. Because source says it's a shot in the dark. That's what he told me through this song today. It's a shot in the dark. What does that mean? Shot in the dark. You're not making the shot. Source is. What is the dark? The dark is that I can't see and you can't see. You put a request in, but you can't see how source is going to bring the manifestation into you. You don't know how he's going to work to get that get you to the manifestation. Because like I said, it's already been done. He just got to get you to it. So the dark it's a shot in the dark. The dark is that you can't see what he's doing behind the scenes. And because of that, source says it's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. He said he'll make it. He said he's going to make it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it. You see the darkness around. You can't see what's going on, but source got eyes that can see far, 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 far way beyond than what we can see. He knows the intel and the detail of all in all. You get what I'm saying? So because of that, source says it's a shot in the dark, but he'll make it. He'll make it. He'll be able to make it. And that's why I say, telling you, you gotta trust. You gotta trust, and in trusting, you can't go back and pick it up to try to do and try to make things happen. You can. You can put some action towards it, but if you ask source to take care of it for you, don't go and try to micromanage source. Don't go and do that. No, just take the request there, leave it there, and you go on about your merry way. I know stuff is still lurking around. That's what these physical eyes and these physical ears and the falsehood of feelings going to show you. Because it's going to try to get you not to trust source. Source got you. He got you. But y'all, that did my heart so well. I hope it did you guys well. But, you know, that had never happened to me before, as far as me hearing from source saying there's no place that he would rather be than with me. I mean, so personal. It was so personal. And here I was thinking that I was going to have to choose one of the rooms in my home and just sit down and just be still, be quiet. And while I'm cleaning, he gives me this song. And I'm thinking, and it just kept ringing over. And the whole time I'm thinking that source knows that I'm telling him that there's no place that I'd rather be than with him. And then I hear the song and look at the song, listen to the song. And I realize that he's telling me that there's no place that he would rather be. Every time I say that, it gets me, because we all know we're special. But when you get it like that, it lets me know, you say, girl, you my girl. You're the girl. You my girl. There's no place. I'd rather be there with you. You telling me that, but I'm rocking with you. So it made me feel extremely well. It did my heart. It did my whole being well, in other words. And it feels so good to be aligned and connected. That's why I tell you guys, stay aligned and connected. And when you want to hear from Source, if you want Source to speak to you, and you want to hear from Source, just ask him to. And he will speak to you in the ways that you understand. You know, sometimes we look for Source to tell us. Actually, I'm going to do another video about that here probably today as well. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll save that for that. So if you guys want to hear that, then y'all can look at that video too. But listen, I was just blessed with it. And I just had to get on here and tell you guys, it's a shot in the dark, but you got to trust. Why? Because Source said he'll make it. He'll make it. So just go for it. Just go for it. Just go for it. It's a shot in the dark. Trust God with it. Trust him with what you've given him. It's like, it's like when my kids were super young, especially my son, he's a firstborn. I say, well, both of them. I know my son, I was pregnant with my daughter. My son was 2 years old. And I was pregnant with my daughter, and my son had never been in daycare or any type of care. He just always came to work with me and my husband. And he was always around, you know, in the business, you know, walking around and being around kids. That's why he started talking super fast, because he was around so many kids, and they were talking. So he was like, ooh. So he was like, I guess I had to hurry. Let me hurry up and talk, because I want to talk to these tall people or what have you. But anyway, when I was pregnant with my daughter, my son was 2 years old. And I knew, okay, I got to work. I'm pregnant, so I was getting a little tired of what have you. And I realized, hey, you know what? My husband and I just said, hey, we need to just go ahead and put him in, you know, preschool, pre-K. And, well, not pre-K, but daycare, in other words, because he was only 2. And I had always said I would never put my kids in daycare until, if I had to, I will only do it when I know they can make full, complete sentences. Well, obviously, our son was just talking. Okay, he was talking more than I talk here now. And, I put him, when we took him to the daycare, I was giving him to those people. I had already met with them, and I got great rapport, and they knew my mom, and they knew my mother-in-law, so I know they knew who I was. So, you know, sometimes when people know your family, know your people, they be extra careful in making sure they're taking care of what belongs to you very well. Why? Because they know that your people know them, and they know your people, thus they know there's something that's expected of them as far as doing the right thing. But anyway, y'all, we took our son to the daycare on the first day to leave him. The other days we took him, he was okay because we weren't leaving him, so he didn't feel a need to, you know, to pull back. But anyway, the main day that we took him, the first day, I was handing him over to them. And my son didn't want to go, and y'all, I didn't want him to go either. But I knew he had to get this, you know, had to go. And it was like I was handing him over, like we hand things to Source, hand things to God. That here, I'm putting this in your hand, I'm putting this request, and you just have to leave it and trust that Source is going to take care of it, that he's going to bring forth the manifestation. And that's exactly what I had to do with my son. When I put him in the hands of those people that I only known for a little bit, I was trusting them that, hey, you're going to take care of it. This is my most precious. This is something very precious to me. So you're going to take care of it. And I left my son there. And y'all, leaving, it was so hard. It was so hard to leave my son there. Why? Because I was like, ooh, I don't know if they can handle my son, because I've always been dealing with it. I've been taking care of my son this whole time. I've been taking care of the situation the whole time. Taking care of my son the whole time. When he's hungry, I feed him. When he needs to use the restroom, I take him. And when he wants to laugh, I tickle him. I've been the one that's been in this situation, been with my son and what have you. And then I give it over to somebody. And while I'm driving away, I'm thinking, are they going to be able to do it? Are they going to be able to take care of this? Are they going to be able to do what I want them to do with my son or what have you? And y'all, I was tempted so many times to say, hey, I want to go back and just pick him up early. And my husband's like, no, babe, just he's gonna be okay. But the lady did tell me that I can call if I needed to. And that's the thing Source gives us. We can always talk to Source and just say, Source, thank you so much for taking care of it, making this manifestation come into fruition, talking to it, not to talk to sources that want to take it back, but saying, thank you so much for handling this for me, because initially I was trying to do it, I was going to do it, but I realized that you said you could take care of it, and here it is, here's the request, this is what I'm requesting. That is exactly how you have to deal with it. And y'all, when I picked my son up on that first day afterwards, he had this huge smile on his face. And when I realized that my son still had both his eyes, his nose, his mouth, his ears, and he had both hands and all fingers and his feet and toes, he was still walking right and looking right and stuff, so forth, I realized that they could take care of my son. And I trusted them. That's what happened. I trusted them that they could do it. And guess what? They did. They took care of my son. They took care of him until he got old enough to go to pre-K, and he was it was just an awesome thing. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you. You have to do the same thing with Source. You give it to Source, that request. You give it to him, and you gotta trust that he's gonna take care of it, because before you know, you was taking care of it, and you saw this gonna need a little bit more help. This gonna need a little bit more than what I can give it at this time. And so give it to Source. Give Source, give God that request or whatever it is, and leave it there. And you can check in with Source every so once in a while when you're feeling a little, is it done yet, or is it okay, is it working out for my good? You can call Source, you can chit chat with Source and say, hey, I just want to say thank you so much for taking care of it, because I know it's in good hands with you. You get what I'm saying? So y'all, I hope y'all got the gist of it, but that's how we should go with it. The same thing with my daughter. I didn't put her in daycare, but she did go to pre-K, and it was still the same situation. I wanted to go up there and take her out early, but I trusted them, and they took care of my daughter. They did. So listen, Source can do it. He said it's a shot in the dark. The dark is that you can't see. You don't know how it's going to be done. But Source said he's going to make that thing. So you got to trust. You got to trust him, okay? All right, y'all, on that note, I'm going to go. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. We're all smiles over here. Listen, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, then you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.